Leisure, interests, and preferences. Through this chapter, you will discover your leisure interests and an activity that matches your character to gain an optimal experience. Definition. To prefer a leisure activity means to select one over another suited to your leisure interests. Relating your dominant character skills to leisure opportunities will assist you with gaining an optimal experience. An optimal experience is fundamental to finding interests and preferences that suit you. Objectives. The reader will gain knowledge about which leisure activity they find most appealing by completing the leisure interest survey. Objective number 2. The reader will understand how to relate their character strengths to leisure activities to provide them with an optimal experience. Objective number 3. The reader will gain more knowledge about themselves, which will help them develop leisure interests and pursue leisure involvement. Connections to leisure. Over time, one can develop certain interests in leisure which can evolve into leisure or recreation involvement. Research shows that when someone is asked what their meaning in life is, they point to their interests. Their interests or preferences emerge into their leisure identity, which helps define them as an individual. Therefore, finding leisure interests and preferences is essential in building and developing a beneficial leisure life. Flow is an optimal experience that is created by a balance of skill and challenge. Many define it as an intrinsic motivator. In order to direct your attention to achieving an optimal experience, which is fundamental in finding your leisure identity, you must first examine your character strengths. Once you find your top character asset, relate them to leisure activities that interest you so that you can use your character skills to create an optimal experience through a preferred activity. If you find your optimal experience that leisure activity will be appealing to you and a strong motivator to invest time into your leisure interests or preferences. For an example, if my top character strength is kindness, I will find the most pleasure in volunteering or giving my time. Eventually, volunteering or giving my time may become my leisure identity. Therefore, finding your top character strengths can connect you with activities of your interest, which could eventually emerge into your leisure identity. By completing this chapter in the workbook, you will not only find interests, but you will gain more knowledge about yourself. Knowing more about your character will help develop where you will find yourself in your leisure life. This chapter will enhance your leisure life in many areas, including finding your leisure interests, ideas to develop the interests, assisting you in relating your character strengths to activities, and finding activities to keep you motivated. There's no sense in participating in leisure if you don't have interest in it, but there's something for everyone, so we will help you find your interests. Activity number 1. The Leisure Interest Survey. Please take the time to complete the following survey on the following page. In this survey, you will be rating how interested you would be in participating in leisure. The rating scale works as follows. 1 means not interested at all. 2 means you could do it every once in a while. 3 is this type of activity interests you, but you wouldn't go out of your way to do it. 4 means you would set aside time to complete your activities. And 5 means that sparks your interests and passion. You want to be sure that it is included in your leisure experience. So I'll go over that one more time. So 1 means no interest at all. 2 means you could do it every once in a while. 3 means this type of activity interests you, but you wouldn't go out of your way to do it. 4 means you would set aside time to complete these activities. And 5 means that it sparks your interest and passion, and you would be sure that it is included in your leisure experience. While completing this activity, make sure that you realize that you are trying to find out your interests. You must set aside all barriers, including costs and the amount of time it would require, and completely base it off of how interested you would be. So please circle or highlight the number that best correlates with how interested you are in the activity. Refer back to the rating scale system. If you have an assistant that can mark it down for you, if you tell her what number relates to you, then that would be great. So the first question is communicate with others. So how important is this on a scale of 1 to 5? Communicate with others. The second one is possess various collections. So that could be shells, rocks, coins, anything like that. The third one is competitiveness. So how competitive you are. The fourth one is going to fairs or carnivals. So how, on a scale of 1 to 5, how interested are you in doing that? Watching the sunset or sunrise. Reading a book. Making new friends. Finding out how things work. So taking it apart and putting it back together. Interacting with others. Thinking deeply. Going to concerts. How interested would you be in mastering a sport? Or relaxing at the beach? We're on number 14. How interested would you be in acting or singing or dancing? Would it interest you to play with cards? Do you like making strategic plans? Do you enjoy the outdoors? On a scale of 1 to 5, how do you like being in crowded areas, for an example, gatherings or parties? Would it interest you to study your family's history? Do you like working on coordination skills? Would it interest you in trying to find unique items to collect? Would you like watching acting plays? Do you like board games? Do you like to collect antiques, or would that interest you? We're on number 25. Are you interested in knitting, needlework, crocheting, etc.? Do you like going for naps? Or would you like going for naps? Would you like to color or paint or draw? Does it interest you to research history? Would you like to go for a walk? Would you like to be creative? Or would you like to gather things that have a theme, that relate to a theme? Do you like going to the theater? Does it interest you to have an intensive workout? Would you like to visit a museum? Okay, so that completes all the questions. If you didn't catch all that, you can restart that survey. Just listen to me again. Okay, so for scoring the leisure interest survey, upon completing the survey, please refer back to this page to record the results. There are 10 categories in which you could find your interest in. Please note that there are many other categories that could spark your interest, but these are the main categories. Refer back to the question numbers written beside every category and record your score for that specific answer. Once you have the total of each category divided by 4, You will end up with a number between 1 to 5. Place that number on the blank found beside the title of each category. Search for your highest score to see what you typically find the most interesting. Also, go back to the scaling system to see how each category rates according to your interests. Okay, so the first category is historical. Look at your score under 19, 24, 28, 34. So that's 19, and then write it down beside 19, 24, 28, and 34. You can pause this video if you need to do it. Add those up and divide it by 4 to get your end result. So for collection, we're looking at question number 2, 21, 24, and 31. So add those up, divide by 4 to get your end result. Sports, you're looking under question 3, 12, 20, and 33. Add those up, divide by 4 to get your end result. Remember, you can pause this video at any time if you need to record your answers. So we have sports next. That's question number 3, question number 12, question number 20, and question number 33. And relaxing is question number 5, 6, 13, and 26. Add those up and then divide by 4. Social is 1, 7, 9, and 18. After dividing by 4, you should get a number between 1 to 5. Cognitive is number 6, question number 8, 10, and 16. Arts is question number 14, 25, 27, and 30. We have nature, that is question number 5, question number 13, 17, and 29. So add that up and divide by 4 to get the end result. Games is question number 3, 15, 16, and 23. And our last category is entertainment. So that's question number 4, 11, 22, 32. So make sure you have added all of those up and divide by 4 under each category to get your end result. And then under the column that says end result, you should find your highest score. So that would be the score that's closest to number 5, or number 5 if that's what it is. Once you found your highest score, you can go under to the next page, which is application of leisure survey. There you will find the categories with a description and ideas, and also adaptions that you could use so that it will suit your needs. So the next page is application of leisure survey. Because you have a visual impairment doesn't mean you can't participate in leisure activities. There are many adaptations and alterations that you can make in order for you to partake in your favorite leisure activities. You have a right to leisure, and we will make sure that you are able to participate. Below is a brief description of the 10 categories. This may help you with leisure ideas and help give you a background in your leisure interests. It also will help you with some adaptations so that your interests can become possibilities. So the first one is history. If history is your number 1 result, then listen up. So history. Do you have a fascination in what happened in the years before you were around? Do ancient facts or the life stories from your ancestors spark some interest? You can do so much with history, including researching, reading, studying, and a lot more. Some leisure experiences that you can take part in is studying your genealogy, researching historical stories, visiting museums, and watching historical movies. Some adaptations for those who have a visual impairment include listening to an audio taped story, or use websites that include audio button, or use an assistant and read books that are large print. So collection. Do you like to collect items? It could be a theme that you like going along with, whether it's a shell collection or a shoe collection. There are so many collections you can have. Some leisure experiences you could include is joining coin or stamp collecting clubs, collecting items from every place you travel to, or having a theme in one of your rooms in your house and go along with it. Find these items through recycling, making, or buying them from stores. Adaptations include attending a club and using their assistance, relying on your sense of touch, and finding collection items by finding them with your hands. Example, find shells by running your hands through the sand and feel the shells that are whole. Sports. Sports usually consist of intensive physical activity. If you have a competitive spirit, good hand-eye coordination, and patience to practice new physical skills, then you are meant to be in the sports world. Some leisure experiences to consider are running, volleyball, basketball, and hockey. Adaptations could include practicing in familiar areas so that you know the obstacles around you, and have everyone wear bright colors so that they are more visible. Relaxing. Are you content in taking the moment to sit at peace? Do you like mindfulness activities where your mind and body are in a state of relaxation? Do you value the moments where you pause to take a breath? Then you are cut out to relax. This could include going to the beach, watching the sunset, reading a book, etc. Adaptations could include reading books in Braille and assistive transportation. Social. Do you have interpersonal skills, or do you have an extroverted character? Do you thrive off of spending time with others, or do you have a large group of friends? Ideas include calling someone up to see if they can hang out, or plan a unique activity that everyone would love to attend. Or you could attend clubs at school or groups outside of school. Adaptations could include bringing someone along, could be a friend, to assist you if assistance is needed, and take public transportation if you don't have your license. Cognitive. Do you like to challenge your brain? Think for yourself or think critically. Does novels or learning new books interest you? Ideas that could interest you could include studying, researching, and completing online quizzes. You could also watch tutorials or read books to learn new interesting things. Adaptations could include listening to audio instructions or reading Braille books. You could also find big font books or zoom in on computers. If you have an assistant, have them read to you. Arts. Are you creative and do you have a good imagination? Use your imagination to create something, such as a craft, painting, or decorating a room in your house. Be unique and make your own creations. If you like to draw, invest your time in doing a beautiful sketch, or make abstract art with materials from around your house to make different textures. You could use materials that have textures. Art is your own. It's how you interpret it. So envision your art piece and create your own art piece, whether you can see it or not. It's not how others perceive it, it's how you perceive it. Nature. Do you like going for hikes? And do you like to take in the scenery wherever you go? Nature ideas could include going for a hike, watching the sunset on the beach, or go bird watching. Adapting these leisure ideas could look like bringing someone along to assist you, using a stick to guide you along so that you know what is coming up. Example, like a rock or a tree. Games. Do you have a competitive spirit? Do you like using your time mingling with others while doing something? This is a great way to build relationships and have fun while competing against each other in a game. Ideas could include board games, card games, outdoor games, physical activity games, and so many more. You can complete these games with an assistant or by adapting the rules so that there is inclusion. Example, if there is a physical game, blindfold everyone so that they are at the same advantage. Lastly, entertainment. Do you like going to events where the others entertain you? Examples of this could include concerts, watching role plays, or going to the movie theater. Adaptations could include going with an assistant to these events and going to events that you could use your hearing as a primary source of entertainment. Example, concerts. Okay, so for activity number 2, your character strengths. Before figuring out your preferences and leisure, you must first get to know your own character. A person reaches an optimal experience when they reach the state of flow. In order to reach that state, you must have a perfect balance of challenge and skill. So when you are using your strengths, you will be more engaged in the activity at hand. By going through a character strength test, we hope you will find more prominent strengths. After finding your most evident strength, we will help you find leisure activities that your strengths will match you up with leisure activities that you will enjoy. Please refer to the following URL to find the VIA survey. So it's http://www.viacharacter.org/www/strengths-survey. Again, that's http://www.viacharacter.org/www/character-strengths-survey. When arriving to the site, click on the button that says Take the free VIA survey. Fill out the section that says Register to get started. If you are ages 10 to 17, click the survey option on the right. If you are an adult, 18 and plus, select the survey on the left. Be sure to click the checkbox that says I have agreed to the terms and then click Register once all spaces are filled out. It will bring you to the VIA test. Please select the most honest answers. This test should take you approximately 15 minutes to complete. Once you have completed the activity, write down your top 3 strengths beside the blank that says first highest strength, second highest strength, and third highest strengths. Then beside numbers 1 to 10, think of as many activities you can think of that you could complete using that specific strength to help you create an optimal experience. So pause the video and complete that exercise. After you have completed that exercise, we'll look at the different character strengths that you could have had. There's an explanation of what that character strength is, and also some examples of activities you could use using that character strength. So below you'll find a list of 24 strengths. Look at your results from the test and find your top 3 strengths. With these strengths come a description of the character strength and a list of leisure ideas that could help you pursue and use your strengths. These leisure activities will use your character skills so that you can find an optimal experience. If you find leisure activities that appeal to you in the top 3 results, then add them to your list. So the first one is fairness. Treating all people the same according to notions of fairness and justice, not letting feelings bias decisions about others, giving everyone a fair chance. Fairness can be found in the following activities. playing games and making it fair for everyone. Sports, giving everyone equal opportunity. Forgiveness, forgiving those who have done wrong, accepting others' shortcomings, giving people a second chance, and not being vengeful. Forgiveness could be included in the following activities: being able to build relationships, or sports and games after getting competitive. Kindness, doing favors and good deeds for others, helping them taking care of themselves. Kindness can be found in the following activities: writing letters to others, volunteering your time, making gifts for others, spending time with friends or those that need companionship. Spirituality, having coherent beliefs about the higher purpose and meaning of the universe, knowing where one fits within a larger scheme, having beliefs about the meaning of life and shape conduct and provide comfort. Spirituality can be found in the following activities: find out what you believe, study your beliefs, meditation, yoga, praying, painting, dancing, and that's all. So humor, liking to laugh and tease, bringing smiles to other people, seeing the light side, making jokes. Humor can be found in the following activities: read comic books, watch comedy movies, look up jokes, laughter yoga. Leadership, encouraging a group of which one is a member to get things done and at the same time maintain good relations with the group, organizing good group activities and seeing that they happen. Leadership can be used in the following activities: lead your own programs. So you could volunteer at old age homes or long-term cares homes, create events, sign up to be on committees, host and gather and lead group games, find a leadership role inside your community, use your leadership to make a change that you want to see. Perspective, being able to provide wise counsel to others, having ways of looking at the world that makes sense of oneself or others. Perspective is found through the following activities: study different religion and look through life through a different lens, mingle with people from different cultures, and attend group activities to see different views. Teamwork, working well as a member of a group or team, being loyal up to the group, doing one's share. Teamwork can be found through the following activities: group games, be on a sports team, or joining a committee. Honesty, speaking the truth, but more broadly presenting oneself in a genuine way and acting in a sincere way. Being without pretense, taking responsibility for one's feelings and actions. Honesty is needed in the following activities: playing fairly in sports or games, or socializing. You need good communication skills, telling people the truth even if it's hard to tell them. Social intelligence, being aware of motives, feelings of others and oneself, knowing what to do to fit in different social situations, knowing what makes other people tick. Social intelligence can be found in the following activities: host events at your house, create social events with your friends, attend programs in your community, visit others, mingle at clubs, groups you have joined. Love, valuing close relationships with others, in particular those in which sharing and caring are reciprocated, being close to people. Love can be found in the following activities: helping others, volunteering your time, planning events or time for you and your loved ones to share. Prudence, being careful about one's choices, not making undue risks, not saying or doing things that might later be regretted. Prudence can be used in the following activities: socializing, by being careful what you say, and sports, because you need anger management. Gratitude, being aware of and thankful of good things that happen, taking time to express thanks. Gratitude can be expressed through the following activities: making a journal and writing 3 things you are thankful for every day. Write letters to people in your life who you are thankful for and tell them why. Take a moment out of your day to be thankful for your blessings. Hope, expecting the best in the future and working to achieve it. Believing that a good future is something that can be brought about. Hope can be used in the following activities: sports, games, keeping up a positive attitude even when losing, art, envisioning the end product, and volunteering, hoping for a good outcome. Zest, approaching life with excitement and energy, not doing things halfway or half-heartedly, living life as an adventure, feeling alive and activated. Zest can be used for joining a committee you care about, letting your passion change something, a leisure activity that you see as your leisure identity. Bravery, not shrinking from threat, challenge, difficulty, or pain, speaking up for what's right, even if there's opposition, acting or convictions even if unpopular. Includes physical bravery but is not limited to it. Bravery can be used in the following activities: haunted houses, marathons, challenges, high-intensive workout, or boxing and karate. Creativity, thinking of novel and productive ways to conceptualize and do things. Includes artistic achievement but is not limited to it. Creativity can be found in the following: crafts, painting, decorating, finding and planning creative and unique activities to do with your friends. Perseverance, finishing what one starts, persevering in a course of action in spite of obstacles, getting it out the other door, taking pleasure in completing tasks. Perseverance can be used in intensive physical activities such as rock climbing, long hikes, long distance runs, pursuing activities even when challenged, adapting activities so that you can participate. Curiosity, taking an interest in ongoing experience for its own sake, finding subjects and topics fascinating, and exploring and discovering. Curiosity can be used in the following activities: go on a scavenger hunt, research about something you've always wondered about, explore the world around you, so travel a little bit. Self-regulation, regulating what one feels and does, being disciplined, controlling one's appetites and emotions. Self-regulation can be used for art, completing a project when starting it, socializing, good emotional IQ, eating out, which is not overeating. Judgment, thinking things through and examining them from all sides, not jumping to conclusions, being able to change one's minds in light of evidence, weighing all evidence fairly. Judgment must be used in the following activities: games, sports, how to play it, and what to play, and what strategies to use. Socialization, what to say and when not to say it. Appreciation of beauty and excellence, noticing and appreciating beauty, excellence, and/or skilled performance in various domains of life, from nature to art to mathematics to science to everyday experience. Appreciation of beauty and excellence can be found through the following activities: go for a hike and appreciate the scenery, watch the sunset and sunrise on the lake or beach, rent a canoe and go down the river, examine the things you take for granted every day, find the beauty in each day and write them down. Humility, letting one's accomplishments speak for themselves, not regarding oneself as more special than others. Humility can be used for sports, games, so not being cocky winner or a poor loser. Socializing, no one wants to hear you brag. Love of learning, mastering new skills, topics, and bodies of knowledge, whether on one's own or formally. related to strength of curiosity, but goes beyond it to describe the tendency to add systematically to what one knows. Love of learning can be found in the following activities: read books, learn about history, watch tutorials to see how things work, pull something apart to figure it out, then try to put it back together, research, study, find a topic that interests you and learn its background or find new things you didn't know about it. Write an article about what you have learned. So I have 3 debrief questions for you. If you could answer them. What have you learned about yourself? The second one is, what leisure activities will you pursue? What will you do to help motivate yourself in keeping your leisure life active? And the third one is, why is knowing your interests or preferences important in your leisure life? That's all for preferences and interests. Thank you for completing this chapter.